Hi there everybody and welcome to the last video of this series of videos. Well, in this one I will complete the application controller class with all the methods that I will use to uh, create the authorized method, the one that I will use to authenticate a user with the JSON Web Token. After that, I will scaffold a resource. It will be the book resource. The user could have many books, so by this way, I will test our API with the application, with the Postman application and the different requests for the CRUD operations. So, if you are ready, go ahead.
Okay, let's start by adding the encode token method to our application controller class. So let's open our console. I will create an instance of this application controller class to use the encode token because I like to generate the token. Okay, let's generate it by using the encode token method, and the payload will be the user ID. Okay, here we have the token. So let's continue to create the decode token method, and I will use a comment with the authorization header as example to write this method. We will receive the authorization header this way, and I will need to get the token from this header. So let's get the header. It will be equal to request. We will get the header from the requests, from the headers, and the header is authorization. So if this header exists, I will extract the token, and I will extract this by splitting the string. Okay, and as you can see, the item 1, the item in the index 1 will contain the token, so this way I will get the token. After that, it's only a matter to decode this token. So I will use begin and rescue to catch the error in case the token or the decode method raise an error related with this. In this case, I will return a nil. So let's decode. This method will receive the token, the secret that we use in the encode method, true to verify our token, and the algorithm will be HS256. So let's test this method, and I will use this part of the authorization header. Okay, let's reload the console. Okay, reload, and I will create again an instance of the application controller and use this new method, decode token. And here we have the array that it returns, and the first item will contain the payload of the token. So let's test in case the decode method raise an error. It has to return a nil instead of the array. So that's it. Well, it works as we expect. Let's delete this part. And I will save. I will commit this change. First, I will add it. And commit add decode token method in application controller. Okay. Then I will create another method. It will be named as authorized user. In this method, I will get the user from the decode token. As you remember, from this method, I will get the user ID. If the decode token exists, I will get the user ID, and this user ID will be in the decode token in the index 0, and I will access it by the user ID key. So let's start. Let's find the user ID, using the find by method. Okay, and that's it. This is all what the authorized user will do. Let's add our changes and commit them. Add authorized user method to our application controller. Now let's write the authorized method, the one that I will use in the actions to authorize our user. So I will use the method render. I will return a JSON. In case it's not authorized, I will return a message. You have to log in. The status will be unauthorized, and I will run this logic unless the authorized user. It means if authorized user is nil, or if it doesn't exist, it will render and it will return this message. Okay, let's add our changes. Okay, and commit them. Okay, add the authorize method into application controller. Done. Well, it's time to create a resource. I will use the Rails generate scaffold to create the book resource that will have a title, and I will put a reference to the user. It means the user could have many books, and I will add the option notice framework. Okay, this is done. So let's see the books controller. To see the different actions that were created. And actually I will use the authorized method in each of these actions. So I will use the before action method and specify the authorized method. So each action will be restricted. Let's see our schema. Actually, we only have the user table. Here it is. And I need to run the migration to create the books table. This is the migration. As you can see, we have the title and the reference for the user. So it's only a matter of Rails DB migrate, and that's it. If we return to our schema, we can see that this books table has been added, and we have the reference to the user Okay, so let's test one of our actions. I will test the index action. As you can see, I will use the path books, and the method will be get. Let's run our server, and I already create the request, and let's see if it works. Let's run it, and you can see we get a message from the authorized method. It means we haven't authorized the user, and it's because I didn't add the token in the I didn't add the authorization header,
with the token. It will be the bearer token. I will add the token here, and let's test again. And here we have an empty array. So that's it. Let's commit our changes. Here we have, okay, git add, git commit, add book resource, and authorize each action. Well, done. Now I like to add books for a specific user, but I need to add an association in the user model. So it has many books, and the book belongs to user. Okay, git add, okay, add association, no, books association to user. Well, it's time to modify our actions in the book controller to specify the user, the authorized user. So in the index action, it's only a matter to use the user and get the books for this specific user that we get from the authorize method. Let's test it. Well, first I need to run the server. Okay, so go ahead. We get an empty array because I didn't add any book yet. Okay, let's see our create action. Here I will merge another param, the user param, and I will put the user instance that we get from the authorize method. And here in the books param, I will delete this user ID. It was created when we scaffold this resource. Okay, so let's create a book. Harry Potter. Okay, John. It's working. It has the user ID 1. I will test also the update action. Let's rewrite the title, Harry Potter 2. So well, as you can see, the title has been modified, but there is something that it's wrong, and it's in the set book. I need to specify the user here, because if not, I will search in all the books that have been added. So I specify the user that was authorized. So it works, right? And actually the setBook method is used by the update, destroy, and show actions. So I don't need to modify any of those actions
know anymore. So let's test our show action. And here we have the book that we add. I will create another book for the specific user. Spider-Man. Yeah. And we can test again with the show action, and that's it. Okay, and destroyed. I will delete the last book that I add. And if I go to the to the index action, I will see only one book, the Harry Potter, because the Spider-Man was deleted. Okay, I add again this Spider-Man book, and if you can see in each of our requests, I have the bearer token, the authorization header, and I set a environment variable, and I think that's all. So let's review this and save our changes. Okay, let's commit them. Book, CRUD, operations for a specific user. And that's it. Thanks for watching.